Yes, yes, guys, we're back. We're back, guys. We are back. As you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. Hakeem, Jordan, what's cracking like? What's cracking like? What is cracking like on this Wednesday evening?
I feel great. I'm glad to be here with you, beautiful guys.
No, it's handsome. Beautiful. Wait a minute. It's handsome. You know, I heard guys call other guys beautiful. I'll be like, no, we're handsome. Handsome man. But go ahead.
Hey man, it's good over here. The sun the sun kind of finally came out in that lane. It's been cloudy the last 5-6 days now, but the sun is finally shining, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
So no complaints over here. So let's go, let's get it.
Not only that, but shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board: Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch. Guys, make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those watching us on Rumble and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this panel Wednesday. That being said, moving along to sports, even though right now the Knicks is playing right now. But Jordan, what's going on when it comes to the aspect of the sports, big dog?
Let's get into it. So we have some breaking news that happened in the NFL today. A small little, well, I won't say small trade, but it's a big trade. The Pittsburgh Steelers have traded their number one receiver, George Pickens, to the Dallas Cowboys for multiple draft picks. George Pickens was on his last, I believe this is his last year's contract, and it looked like the Pittsburgh did not want to pay him, so they traded him. So he's going to the Dallas Cowboys to join Dak Prescott and CD Lamb to have a high-power offense. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up. It's a little long, but I'll let you know when to stop.
All right, no problem.
News out of Dallas this morning. The Cowboys are acquiring wide receiver George Pickens from the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's the latest from our NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. The Steelers will reportedly be receiving draft compensation, including a third rounder and some other pick swaps. Pickens is entering the final year of his rookie deal, posting 59 catches for 900 yards and 3 touchdowns this past season. So this is the production making its way over to Big D. This past season averaged about 7.4 targets per game, just over 4 receptions per game. Those 3 total TDs, and if you had him on your fantasy team, you probably wanted a little bit more production because he was giving you 7.1 in all those PPR leagues. We mentioned the man, now we bring him in, our lead NFL insider, Jonathan Jones. And JJ, we're waking up here on a Wednesday morning with this news. Is this a surprise to you at all?
Not a surprise at all that George Pickens is no longer going to be a Pittsburgh Steeler. They had made that very clear around the NFL, certainly after trading for DK Metcalf a couple of months ago. And then when we got to the NFL draft, whether it happened on draft weekend or after draft weekend, it was clear that George Pickens was on his way out of Pittsburgh. Not really that big of a surprise if it's Dallas that he winds up with, obviously. We know that Jerry Jones had said they were working on something. We know the Dallas Cowboys during the draft did not take a wide receiver in any of the 7 rounds. And of course, they are the Cowboys who sometimes will give up a decent amount of draft compensation in order to get a guy that they really want. Remember, they traded a 5th-round pick for Joe Milton, the quarterback. They traded last year a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo with the Carolina Panthers, a former 2nd-round pick. And so if there is a surprise in this, Zach, it is giving up a 3rd-round pick in compensation for George Pickens. Look, there is no question at all that he has immense talent, and that to get someone who is capable of 1,000 yards receiving like he did in 2023 before missing a couple games this past year, the first of his career, and getting just below that threshold. Look, you would always send a 3rd-round pick for that player. But that person, what we have seen in 3 years in Pittsburgh, issues always surrounding accountability and maturity. And so now what you are only guaranteed if you are the Dallas Cowboys is 1 year of George Pickens. There's not that 5th-year option that would be available if you cannot agree to terms on a long-term contract at the conclusion of his rookie deal. The only sort of mechanism you have is the franchise tag. I don't know that that's a place that the Dallas Cowboys ever want to go with this player. And so, look, again, they are getting more than a third-round talent in the player George Pickens, but still a risky proposition for the Cowboys in acquiring the person and everything that comes with George Pickens.
Yeah, so with that, what do you maybe view as a success if we go a year from now and, okay, they give up a third-round pick, they get George Pickens? Is it to hope that he can fall in line, I'll call it, and they then sign him to a new contract? Or what do you think the thinking in Dallas might be?
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that. You know, I think that Jerry Jones and everyone in Dallas says, okay, we're going to put the star on the side of your helmet, and you will understand everything that means. You're going to be opposite CeeDee Lamb. You're going to be fed the ball plenty by Dak Prescott in Brian Schottenheimer's scheme. There's no question at all that if we can go out there and be successful, that you should have no issues with both winning and getting the football. So everyone there should be happy. I just don't know that that's necessarily going to be the case. Look, this is one of the best deep ball catchers in all of the NFL in George Pickens, a guy who knows how to contort his body for any sort of 50-50 or less than ball to go up and get. And so Dak Prescott, the quarterback, absolutely loves the player that he is getting. But look, I don't think that there are any tears in Pittsburgh right now within that building that George Pickens is no longer there. It took a lot of resources, a lot of energy, a lot of patience that was drained over these past 3 seasons, sort of like dealing with him. And so, again, things can turn around. Players have turned things around before. Obviously, George Pickens has a large support group around him that certainly wants to see him succeed, get that big second contract. And certainly, with the talent that he has, he should be able to do that. And so Dallas, again, taking a slight risk here. Let's not make any mistake about it. In pursuit of getting that other wide receiver that they have been looking for, in pursuit of getting back to that NFC championship game that has eluded them for going on 3 decades now.
Yeah, even week 13, we had Mike Tomlin say after the Bengals win, he's just got to grow up, man, talking about George Pickens. So that is who.
So yeah, this is a big move for Dallas Cowboys. So and then looks like with Pittsburgh Steelers, they look like it was done with George Pickens. So I'm gonna start with you, Ronnie. Do you like, or you do not like this? You know, him going to Dallas Cowboys.
No, but I think it was a good move for the Dallas Cowboys because George Pickens is actually a good receiver. Remember, every game he normally averaged about like 70 to 80 yards per game, about 6 receptions. So him going over there to the Dallas Cowboys will be another addition to the camp, especially when it comes to aspect of CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb was always saying that he needed help, so now he had the help when it comes to aspect of George Pickens. Now the only problem with the Dallas Cowboys, people always say, is Dak Prescott. Will he feed him the ball? That's the only thing. Because his eyes are always looking to CeeDee Lamb, always been CeeDee Lamb because he was the only one receiver. So now you got another fast receiver on your team. Will it be the same effect? And so I see Dallas going far in the playoffs, but they still have to see they ride with the 49ers or the Eagles. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
If they could just get down to the fundamentals and Dak Prescott can, you know what I mean, the help he's had, he's gonna get into this. Let's just be honest. Pickens is a phenom. Yes, he has some issues. You feel me? They need to work around, and hopefully he's going to a franchise team. And once they get to the swing of 10, get down to the plays, get to study him and the quarterback get to feel each other out. You know what I mean? And if Dak Prescott is not narrow-minded, I could see this being a Super Bowl championship. They got the linemen they just drafted. I could see something special here. You know what I mean? But
I would say the issue is going to probably be on Dak.
Yeah.
Dak is the one.
Yeah.
That's going to see if they're going to be able to go to the next level. Right. All right, John.
Yeah, this is a big year for George Pickens because this is a contract year. So, you know, he needs to show up and make sure, you know, he's going to play and ball out for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yep.
So, you know, Dallas, they got a new head coach. They got a new offensive coordinator. So, you know, we don't know what type of offense they're going to have. But I guarantee you, what the guy just said, you know, George Pickens, he's definitely one of the best deep threats, you know, in the game. So when it comes to him, going down the field, you know, with a safety or just with a cornerback, he's going to be open. And also, you know, with CeeDee Lamb, it's definitely gonna help CeeDee Lamb, see some more one-on-ones and hear him, getting more, touches, getting more catches, and also, getting more yardage and everything. So it's like I said, it's still gonna be tough for Dallas Cowboys because they got Philly in their division, and also they got Washington Commanders in the division, which we saw Washington and Philly went to the NFC Conference Championship game. So this definitely boosts up Dallas offense big time. And we're just gonna see, can't wait till the training camp, can't wait till the NFL begins. But yeah, this is a definitely great move for Dallas, and it definitely go score more points with George Pickens as their second option.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. That means, hey, shout out to Know Your Worth. That's in the building. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan. That's also in the building as well. Shout out to those watching us all across the board. Like always, we thank you guys so much for tuning in and joining with us on this Wednesday evening, because everybody know right now football basketball is going on between the Knicks and Boston. So them two people will love to tune in. That being said, moving along to money. Money made the world go round. Money makes our pockets fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news?
Let's get into some stocks. Let's talk about some Disney stocks. So if you invested in Disney stocks nearly over a month ago, when Trump started talking about tariffs, I believe Disney was down almost about $79. Right now it's at $100 a share right now. So Disney's second quarter two is doing really, really good. So let's get into it. Let's go ahead, clean play the clip by Yahoo Finances. They're going to break down details, and after that, we chop it up.
The move after topping second quarter expectations and raising its full year outlook, citing strong performances from its theme parks and streaming business. The company adding 1.4 million Disney Plus subscribers in the quarter, bringing the total number of subscribers to 126 million. Joining us now, we've got Geeta Ranganathan, who is the Bloomberg Intelligence Senior Media Analyst. Geeta, great to have you back here with us. I just want to get your read in on these results.
Thank you, Brad. So this was really, A+ for Disney in terms of execution. So such strong momentum across all businesses, especially as you pointed out, both at the theme parks business. Remember, theme parks makes up about 55 to 60% of Disney's operating income. So extremely, extremely important to the company in the context of overall results. And also it's, so sensitive to the overall, macro trends as well as to consumer sentiment. So for them to come out and raise EPS guidance, this was supposed to grow high single digits. Now they've raised it to 16% growth is really telling. And then, of course, streaming as well. Yes, Maddie.
Thank you, Geeta. Sorry about that. I do want to talk more about the streaming, but in terms of the price action, I'm just curious, do you think that this is a little bit too optimistic with the stock over 9% up right now, given that it's still down 50% from its prior peak?
I don't think it's too optimistic. So they did, they have a very good growth outlook. And I think why that has managed to dispel so many fears is because, we were really kind of expecting this overall consumer slowdown to have a pretty significant impact on the outlook for Disney's parks. And, they kind of come out swinging and point to advanced bookings being up pretty substantially, both in fiscal third quarter as well as fiscal fourth quarter. And that's just not the macro economy. Remember, we also have a major competitor in Comcast's Epic Universe, which is just opening in a few weeks in Florida. And that's supposed to be a source of major competition. And for them to come out and give such a strong forecast, just points to the confidence the management team has and really kind of raises investor confidence across the board.
I guess another facet to this, too, is how Disney is gauging the interest and the demand for parks internationally, especially with the announcement this morning about extending the company's global reach, captivating new audiences with the 7th Disney destination. That's going to be targeting Abu Dhabi. So all of that in mind here, how do we get a kind of broader read on, or how investors should be grading Disney on bringing some of these new parks experiences to life over the long term?
Yeah, I think parks has really been such an underappreciated part of the business, Brad. And I think now investors are really going to be forced to pay attention. I mean, they have fantastic IP, they have a world-class brand, and the amount of investments that they're undertaking in that business, there's $60 billion that they've committed to grow capacity in the parks, to, increase the number of attractions across all of these different properties. And then you have them adding this 7th new destination in Abu Dhabi. They already have about 120 million visitors to their parks every year. Expect that to now rise pretty substantially with this new park that's going to come on board. And then you have them making really huge investments in their cruise ships. So remember, they just added their 6th cruise ship, and they're basically going to double their fleet capacity over the next 5 to 10 years. So again, we're looking at them basically doubling or maybe even tripling their cruise revenue. So across the board, again, with the theme park segment itself, we're seeing tremendous strength in the domestic parks. And then, of course, they're adding capacity, building out the footprint, and then doubling down on cruises.
Geetha, talk to me about the bigger competition or threat to the narrative you just pointed out. Is it the likes of a competitor through Universal with Universal Epic, or is it just a uncertain macro environment that could potentially lead to a slowdown in growth that could weigh on people spending money on experiences like the ones you just laid out?
Yeah, I mean, that is always going to be a concern, Maddie, with the theme park business just being so sensitive to consumer sentiment. But what we've seen so far is, the consumer is still spending, at least domestically. We're not seeing any signs of a slowdown just yet. Having said that, though, they did point out a slowing consumer in China. So if you just look at their international parks results for the fiscal second quarter that they just reported, they actually reported, a decline in operating income in the international parks, and that was because of the slowdown in Chinese per capita spending. So that is obviously always a risk. But if you just kind of look at the big picture, yes, we've had pockets where, they've had a slowdown with a recession, with COVID. But then if you just look at COVID, I mean, Disney basically came back stronger than ever. They in 2022, they just reported such a massive surge, in theme park attendance, in theme park revenue. And then with all of the operational efficiencies that they have kind of implemented over the past few years, we're seeing tremendous momentum in terms of operating leverage. We're seeing returns and operating margins being stronger than ever. And that's basically what they're kind of really focusing on over the next few years.
Geetha, just lastly, while we have you here, the direct-to-consumer entertainment segment here for Disney, this has been a massive area of contention, especially among activist investors over the past few quarters. We've seen some of those campaigns subside here. Did the results here in this quarter and the outlook going forward give enough to really kind of quell some of the concerns around their direct-to-consumer and specifically their streaming business?
Absolutely, Brad. So, we just saw them report for the first half of fiscal 2025 about 629 million in operating income just for the streaming unit. Remember, just a few years ago, this was a unit that was posting something like $4 billion in streaming losses. So this year we're going to see, about $1 billion or more in operating income. But it's not about this year. It's about where this business goes over the next few years. If you just look at Netflix as a comparison, I mean, Netflix is guiding to something like 30% operating margin. Disney has 4% operating margin this year, potentially, but just look at where that could potentially go, right? We're looking at them potentially tripling, quadrupling, profits in that segment. So again, huge amount of upside, especially with their upcoming ESPN streaming launch a little bit later this year.
Geetha, great to see you this morning. Thanks so much for taking the time.
Yeah, so Disney right now, they it's a company, they're going on strong, very, very strong. So go ahead, Ronnie, what's your take?
The reason why Disney was down for a very long time is because of the simple fact of the woke culture. Remember, they were doing stuff when it came to aspect of the LGBTQ community, and they would not just focus on just their brand and their product alone. So now I think they realize, hey, we can't be too much political. We need to focus on our consumers, focus on our shareholder. Of course, this is not financial advice. Always speak with our financial advisor. But Disney streaming service has been going strong for the last several months. So that's bringing Disney stock to a whole different level, like the expert said. Now, if you ask me why I invest in Disney, my personal opinion, no. I invested in Disney in the past, but because of the aspect of the woke culture, it brought the value to me down. And I don't know if they're going to continue to go back into the woke culture. But I see how I do through several months, and I might change my mind later. But right now, currently, I don't have no Disney stock, and I don't think I'm planning on to have Disney. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
Personally, I've never understand streaming business, but I know Disney is a major conglomerate. They have theme parks all over the place. So I still always looked at their revenue model to be kind of strange to me, because I always say the operational cost is higher, electricity, employees and stuff like that, and maintenance and stuff like that, just like when the lady was talking about operating costs. So I didn't understand, but I do think that as far as them being, when it comes to acquisitions, Disney has kind of made me look at them, especially with them taking ESPN, Hulu, because a lot of people don't know they own those streaming services, and what else? If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if they own Marvel as well. So
yeah, they do.
So they really has aggressively tried to add to their catalog of business, which made me say, okay, let's see how the numbers are going to make sense and see what it is. But Ron spoke on the woke culture, which kind of brought their stocks kind of down, because a lot of people was not, want to cross those line of ideology. So I'm just literally just watching to see how the numbers go.
Yeah, and one of the things that kind of hurt me from stay away from their stock is when I remember when ESPN like a year or two ago, they was cutting people, laying off people and everything, and that was kind of troubling what Disney was doing, and also Disney at the time, their streaming services at the time a year ago, they was kind of falling off a little bit. I was seeing, but now I'm seeing how Disney's are they building themselves up with the streaming service where they're doing good, and if they keep doing this good, Hakeem, right, they can compete with Netflix if they keep doing. Also ESPN, even though they made cuts, they did add some people that like from like for First Take and everything. Even though the Shannon Sharp situation, that kind of maybe they hurt him a little bit, but let's see if he'll come back and everything. So, but ESPN has doing a fair job staying where they're at right now, and that's really good to see, because I really thought, FS1 was going to start to jump up and ESPN is going to start to fall down, but ESPN is still maintaining what they're doing and everything. Also, with Disney is building another theme park in Abu Dhabi and everything. So right now, Disney is doing a fair job, and it might be a stock that is willing to invest into the future. So if Disney keep up what they're doing, I would definitely be looking at Disney.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Wednesday evening. Moving along to hip-hop. Hip-hop, hip-hop, hip-hop. You know I love hip-hop. What's going on in the aspect of hip-hop? Jordan, what's happening with coming hip-hop news?
Let's talk about some rapper Doja. So she and many other celebrities went to attend the gala, which was in New York City, and people was getting at Doja because as she was going to attend the gala, coming out the elevator, people was taking a picture, and she didn't want to be seen, because usually celebrities, they try to hide what they supposed to wear to go to the Met Gala. But she has been seen, and she went viral how she was. People were accusing her of verbally abusing her senses by, cussing at her, by covering her up, getting an umbrella, so no paparazzi would take pictures and everything. And it made a lot of fans kind of mad and said what she's doing. So don't take my word for it. Go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
Oh no! Look at this. So they. Oh. Dodgy.
Yes, I'm ready. Give me another boat. Stop. Oh, give me another umbrella. Now. Another one. Right there. And another boat. I need another one.
Another umbrella.
Excuse me. I need four fucking umbrellas.
Two more umbrellas.
Right there.
Two more umbrellas.
All right, make a path, everyone.
Clear a path. Move. Clear a path here. Clear a path.
And do not let that one umbrella. I will not.
You look great.
So yeah, so so she came back. She posted something on her Instagram story to tell her how proud she was with her assistants and everything. But yeah, she was, as y'all can see, she was letting them have it at the time. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
I'm trying to understand. So what exactly happened? Like her clothes got ripped?
No, because so she's going to Met Gala, right? And a lot of celebrities, they don't want to be seen what they're wearing before they go. But
Correct.
And you see how the elevator opened and people was taking pictures, and they got her upset because nobody not supposed to see her wear something before till she get there. And that's why she was great about her assistants, like, I need an umbrella and cover me up and everything. And it made a lot of her fans like upset at her because they feel like she was abusing her assistants.
Yeah, because I thought the whole point of the Met Gala is to show off the outfit. But I think she probably wanted to show off the outfit while she was in the upper level, where like people wearing like Andre 3000 and other.
No, she wasn't there yet. You're right. She wasn't there yet. She was.
Yeah, she was heading over there, so that's why. But at the end of the day, the whole point is to show to show black designer clothes. So I'm like, if they see it, they see it. I was like, I get it why she would be upset because it's supposed to be a surprise, but not to be able to show it out early. However, if accident happened, take advantage of the accident. Use it as your leverage. Because now, guess what? Your fans mad at you. Now they spreading rumors about you. To me, I would have just like, okay, we on the elevator. Let it all out. This is the outfit, and then let's head to the Met Gala. Even though they said that was one of the highest rated donation in the Met Gala, I think over $30 million. So I don't know, Hakeem. I want to know your take on this one.
It's her anxiety. I say, huh?
You said anxiety?
It's my anxiety. Anxiety.
Yeah, I think it probably was. It had to be her anxiety. It had to be.
Come on, listen. If you acting like that, you a foot dragger. If you talking to people like that, if you think you can talk to everyday working people and be humble, like, you don't need to be there. We won't support you. You know what I mean? So it's like, I seen that and I'm like, you got to get an umbrella and then to move that, man, you crazy, man. They made this girl.
But the umbrella did match her outfit though. Just keep that in mind,
man. She looked like Undercover Brother.
But I don't know if it's staged.
That's what a lot of
people
say.
The umbrella do look like her outfit.
That's what a lot of people say in the comments. They look like Undercover Brother. When it comes to Dolce, like there are some celebrities like divas that we know in the game who act like this, and some people like that. If you were being in the game for a long time, you are a unique diva, and you speak your assistants like that. Some celebrities some fans might give you a pass, but since Dolce is still coming out, still being new, and seeing, and people are how surprised and shocked how she talked to her sisters like that. Even though if you listen to her music, which she makes great music, she does make great music. She doesn't seem like that. It definitely turned people the wrong way. For me, I don't like that. To me, if I was Dolce, I would have told my sister before I would have got time. Make sure everything's all ready and set and everything. I don't think she was very firm of, hey, make sure I get down there because it's gonna be paparazzi down there to make sure nobody see me and everything. But I think it was her fault not really letting them know and everything, because if that was the case, she would have did that. She probably had to really cuss at her assistants like that, and going all the way to her limousine and to the Met Gala and everything. So yeah, I didn't like this either. It's to me, it's I would to me, I can't touch on my. If I had my sisters, if I had sisters like that, I can't talk to them like that. I would have been direct, but not direct how she went, and I think she was wrong for that.
Not that, but shout out to Abby Wody, that's also in the building. Shout out to Joe No Hurdle, that's also in the building, and also Mr. Y High. Y High, we talked about the Cowboys earlier in the show, so you need to go and check out that commentary because y'all got George Pickens. But the Met Gala, man, one of these days, Chaos Culture Radio will be at the Met Gala. I can't. We'll put you on the wrong way because I ain't doing it. You can't. No, man. When you're in the Met Gala, you're supposed to be natural.
My bad.
You're not supposed to pose. Well, you like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't
He
forget to
gonna
hit
be
that
posing, man.
notification.
He don't give a damn. He gonna be posing.
Don't forget to hit that notification on the right hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, moving on to, you already know, more trending news. Sit back and relax, guys, and let's do it. Jordan, what's going on in India?
Yeah, so if a lot of people don't know, India had launched airstrikes against to Pakistan, pretty much the city called Kashmir. So if anybody don't know, India and Pakistan has been battling out for years about about who would take Kashmir, the city, and now it got so bad that India started launching the attacks, and Pakistan is planning on launching back. And we might see an India-Pakistani war coming up as we see it. So go ahead, Akeem, play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Controlled Kashmir. India's government says the strikes targeted terrorist infrastructure in Pakistan. It comes after a deadly attack on tourists in the Indian-controlled portion of Kashmir last month. When asked about the attack at the White House Tuesday, President Trump called it, quote, a shame, and expressed hope that India and Pakistan can resolve the conflict quickly. Let's go to CBS News producer Arshad Zargar from New Delhi. Arshad, what's the latest and how do we get here?
Lindsay, the Indian Defense Ministry has confirmed that they have carried out strikes on at least 9 sites which have been targeted in Pakistan-controlled Kashmir and Pakistan. What's interesting to see here is that not just the sites in Pakistan-occupied, Pakistan-controlled Kashmir have been targeted, but in the Pakistan mainland as well. This is not what had happened in 2019 when India carried out airstrikes in Pakistan-controlled Kashmir. And what India is saying is that they're insisting that they have not targeted any Pakistani military facilities. And to quote from their statement, it says that India has demonstrated considerable restraint in selection of targets and method of execution. What we also know is that India's national security advisor has spoken with U.S. national security advisor and Secretary of State to sort of take them into confidence, to let them know that they have taken this action. In response, Pakistan, we are not aware of any Pakistani air action as of now, but the Indian Army says that there have been cross-border fighting in at least 5 sectors along the line of control, which is a de facto border between India and Pakistan. Let me point out that this cross-border fighting was going on for the past 11 days as well.
Wow. Okay. Arshad Zargar,
yeah.
Apologize for interrupting you, but that's all the time we have. Thank you for catching us up to speed.
Almost 14.
Yeah, so looks like we have another war going on in the Middle East. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
The crazy thing is, like, everybody's attacking Pakistan. I'm like, what is Pakistan doing to have India to attack Pakistan? I think because the aspect of they've been feeling certain type of ways between the terrorist organization over there in Pakistan for a very long time. So India felt they want to retaliate. Now under the President Trump administration, they are very disappointed in India because the simple fact is they want to keep everything at a peaceful level. Everybody's trying to, pretty much, you already know when it came to the aspect of Russia and the Ukrainians, and now remember Israel was dealing with the aspect when it came to the Galileans. So all of those plays a big part. So this right here with India and Pakistan, everybody's questioning, okay, why is this war starting to occur right now all of a sudden? And they keep it in mind though, even though India is the second world strongest population when it comes to human being, Pakistan can't stand against India. So they need to end that very, very quickly. and have a ceasefire immediately. Go right ahead, King.
So, for a lot of people who don't know, in college I studied geography and the world and borderlines. That was one of my thesis paper in school. This conflict, India and Pakistan, Kashmir to be Pacific, is no different than Palestine and Israel, is no different than Taiwan and China. Now, follow me. A lot of this date back to colonialism. And what I mean is when India itself became its own nation from the British and Pakistan, and you also got to remember too, this also falls back into religion. India is mainly Hindu. Pakistan is Muslim region. So a lot of these infighting is over a small little part of a border, which is technically in Pakistan. You feel me? It's in Pakistan, but India controls a large majority of it, something similar to what's going on in Palestine. This situation is fueled with political, religious, and nationalistic tensions as a result to violence and displacements and human rights concerns for decades. You know what I mean? And this is something that I've studied, and this situation still is going to be unsolved, no different than Palestine, Israel, Taiwan, China. A lot of people are claiming over land. It's all over land due to what they think belongs to them. Goes back to religion and nationalistic views, which is very arbitrary.
No, but India already have a big land already.
No. Listen, they own it, but listen here. It's never enough, Ronnie, with these people. It's never enough. They're willing to make sure everybody goes away to control. A little small little piece of, listen, that little small little piece. It's like saying we from Attapata, but we're gonna take over Wynwood.
Yeah. Yeah, I know it's an area. Mm-hmm.
It's a small little area. It's a short little area that's connected to Overtown and Attapata, but just say this is our hood too. We're gonna take over. And the people there who are Hispanic, they don't speak English. It's mainly blacks over here. We say this belongs to them, and we say because we're more dominant, we're going to take over. It's crazy.
So the media is making it hyper than what it is then.
It's not making it hyper. It's actually very serious. There's been conflict for years. India's the superpower. They've been pressing down on them. That small little land doesn't have any. Them people up there don't got no. They're not even allowed to have guns over there. Kashmir, if you go back and date back to history, which I studied this for so long, they've been pouncing on them forever.
Yeah, I came. I'm looking at the history of how long they've been fighting. They've been saying they've been fighting for since 1947.
Yep.
So they've been going this for a long, long time. And then since then, it's been they have fought 4 wars since then, and now they keep fighting now. And to me, you guys, I'm glad I live on this part of the world that we never have any problems like that. When we break land, when it comes to Canada, when it comes to here, when it comes to like Mexico or South America, you don't hear stuff like this on this side of the world. It's on the other side of the world. When you talk about, India, Pakistan, or with, what's going on in Israel, also with Russia and Ukraine as well. And maybe in the future, we might see something happen with China and Taiwan, because we keep watching that and everything. So when it comes to this, I feel sad for the people that's involved in this stuff like this. And, and it's likely it's going to get worse because Pakistan said they're going to respond. And we're going to see another, okay, hey, this is our land. We're going to fight this over again. So it's just weird. It is weird because be on this side of the world, we don't have that situation. But over there, it's just like, hey, this is my land. No, this is my land. It's like a tug of war. No, this is mine. This is mine. This is mine. This is mine. Like I said, it shouldn't, like I say, and you killing innocent people that's in here and everything. And just sticking up your chest. Hey, this is my land. And you can't have it. No, this is my land. You can have it. And to me, this is toward nonsense. It just sheds more blood to people, and it keeps going on like every other generation to any other generation. and it's just man. Just looking at the history, this is sad to see, and it looks like we might have another war on our hands in the Middle East.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember, we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, shout out to the lovely Jess J. That's also in the building. And she's telling you guys right now, Wynwood versus Adapata, because they're in the same area. That's what it's
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's being what it is. Yeah, know your worth. It is crazy, but that's what when you start hearing wars and rumors of war, you already know. A lot of people say you're living in the end times. A lot of people believe in that. Moving along to more trending news. George Taylor. Oh, Jordan, what's going on with her, man? What's happening over there?
So George Taylor was on a podcast. I forgot what the podcast called, but it's all with Paul Pierce, and she went viral about how she likes to date younger men, just like Tracy Ellis Lawson Ray, and also how she said men of God, who says there are men of God. She said that's a major red flag to her. So don't take my word for it. Go ahead, I can't play those clips, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Tenderly, because I'm 38 fucking years old. So yeah, like I've been working for 20 years. I'm a professional adult.
So we can cut off a lot of dudes if you dating, you're not dating, whatever, but like Future, what's the age limit?
Age limit?
As far as youth to older. What's the youngest to the oldest? Like what's your range?
Wait, Paul Pierce got his own podcast?
No. I would say right now.
He's
at my
only
age right now. Yeah, I would not date younger than
now,
25, 26.
That's a
Why
good one.
are you laughing?
Why is that funny?
No, because I thought she was going to be on
I thought you would say.
I thought she was going to be on some like 35 to 57.
Me too.
Oh no! I mean, I don't think I could. I don't know. I'm not going to get up here and lie. Okay, young men are very aggressive and they do not care how old I am. And
Wait, but Joy, I have to ask you.
I'm also like I say this tenderly because
this is a whole thing with women.
25
they're saying
is a
that these young
grown
men
man.
are really
25 is grown. I agree.
They're saying
nah, you ain't about to have me out here on some bullshit. 25 is a grown ass man.
They're saying 25-year-old men are where it's at. All the older women, that's what I'm trying to say. The women that I've been talking to, like in their 30s, late 30s, they're like, these younger men, they come, they're intentional, they come with it, they're like not playing around. They want to date you, they like treat you like you're a goddess, they appreciate you, they talk life into you. Like I am hearing that these younger men from all these women, they are where it's at. I've never dated a younger man before, no. I've never wanted to.
They're telling
but
the truth.
at this point, they're talking about
Is this the truth after dark? They're telling the truth.
This is what I'm hearing. And even
but I don't like it's 20 I don't want to be clear here because like 25 is a grown man.
It's a grown man, Joy.
Okay.
You're not worry
about to have
that.
me on some bullshit.
What about it? What else is non-negotiable for you? Because this is a whole.
I'm less and less interested in religious men, if I'm being honest with you. I told Paul this the other day. I don't know. You hit me with the man of God thing.
But you say God a lot on your podcast.
God?
Yeah, you be like, God, oh my God.
Oh my God. No.
Oh my God is different.
Oh my God is different than being a man of God. If you're leading, I don't know. I've just had some. I've had some negative experiences with people that lead with their religion.
Are you religious?
Not really.
No.
So I would say I'm a person of faith, but I'm not. I was raised in a Baptist church, very, very religious family. I don't think that just because you're a Christian that you are, not living a good life. I'm just saying if that's the first thing that you bring to the table, it's a red flag for me because
you feel
I
like
don't
they're hiding behind their religion.
I don't care. Why? What does this matter to
happened
me?
with that before. That's what that happened.
Multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have a trigger behind that.
I do.
Sure. Yeah,
I do.
Yeah,
I absolutely.
yeah.
I'm acknowledging. I'm triggered by this, and it's become a red flag for me.
Wow.
I'm not saying that if you believe in God that you are a red flag. I also don't give a fuck. So just tell somebody else about it. I think for some men, they think that that's what women are looking for. Like looking for a good Christian man.
Yeah.
And some people are, but just not me. So
but this is my thing about religion too. Like, like man may not like lead with it, but like some men needed to pull them out of places. Like when there's nothing else, like I felt like religion like helped me pull me out of some dark places. And like I believe
religion or faith.
Faith, probably faith,
Right.
more so than like.
Because to me, those are two different
faith.
things.
Okay.
Believing in God, having
believe in
spirituality,
God,
having a connection
spirituality,
with your
all that.
spiritual side, praying, all those things I do.
Yeah.
But
Same, but
to-
religion is different.
To lead
Okay, I
with
understand
like,
what
you
you're
know,
saying
oh,
now.
like let's go to church on Sunday.
I'm Christian, I'm Catholic,
right,
I'm, Baptist,
understand
whatever
that.
it is, that's believing in a higher power.
But also
I'm
for me,
connected to my
I
spirituality.
feel like a lot of people that, a lot of men that are extremely religious think that if we get together, that I'm going to start doing that. And like, I'm not.
Believe in a higher power.
But also for
I'm
me,
connected to my
I
spirituality.
feel like a lot of people.
Yeah, so we're learning a lot more about Miss Joy Taylor off of FS1. She's getting real personal about herself. So, Ronnie, go ahead, man. What's your take?
See, I want to say everybody's not for everybody. And also when it comes to the aspect of the studies, because it was a research done saying that but every decade is going to be a lot of more single women. Every decade. And this is a prime example. Some of these women don't know what exactly want. And I start listening to certain podcasts now when you talk about relationship because it seems like there's no solution. It's always like blame this, blame that, blame that. Now you're making fun of when it comes to aspect of a man of God who's literally trying to change his life, trying to bring up the whole aspect of traditional value because they say man don't hold up to anything, especially when it comes to black men. Now you have a black man that is a man of God trying to hold up a traditional value, and then now you shame him for that or you blame him for that. If you don't want a religious man, then date whatever you want, but don't go with the aspect of a religious man. But however, they'll go with that religious man when it comes to the aspect of resources. They won't talk about that though. But you can see why she's single. It is what it is. Go right ahead, Hakeem.
Kevin Samuel strikes again. This Joy Taylor we talking about. She talking about dating 25-year-olds when she has been in alleged affairs with a bunch of people at her workhouse. This is why, ladies, you can't take advice from these type of people who are still single. And she's 38 and still crunching up her age. You think she talking about dating a 25-year-old, somebody that could be her son? I look crazy, you know what I'm saying? But when they see a man do it, it's an issue. This is why delusional at its finest is going to get. Same thing with Tracy Ellis Ross. She talking about dating somebody that could be her grandson. You don't know who she is, Just Jay? That's whatchamacallit, who played for the Dolphins. That's his sister. What's his name? Jason Taylor's sister.
Younger sister.
His younger sister.
Yep.
And due to the fact that she thinks, because she looked good, she's been able to make those type of decisions, which made her look like a hoe in the industry. Granted, say what you want about Candace Owens. Say what you say. I know some married people who are not too bright. You're right. But listen here. She's not married at all, and she's giving advice out. And young girls are looking at her and thinking that she can do this thing up. This is going to be dangerous. You're not going to get married following these type of people. This is why it's these type of podcasts that does not fit us at all.
Yeah, and I agree with Ronnie. We say 100% when it comes to a lot of these podcasts talking about relationship, we have no solution. And the other thing is this relationship topics. I mean, we used to love doing it now, but you guys don't see it. You don't do it no more like we used to. Why? Because it's getting oversaturated now. These relationship topics get oversaturated. They're now trying to find a way to work it out and everything, and it's just like it is what it is, and and it gets tiring and everything. Now when it comes to these celebrities, now they talk about getting a relationship because it's relationship topics is one of the hottest topics right now when it comes to this podcast thing. That's why you see a lot of these more celebrities talk about it and everything. And I feel like we're knowing a little bit too much about them. And to me, I feel like they should keep their relationships should keep their stuff privately and everything. But now when you get on these podcasts and everything, they get more personal and everything. Now we know more stuff about them that we probably shouldn't know. And now, you know, it's we're looking at them like, yo, like we didn't need to know that, but now we know that now. Now we know what type of woman you are or what type of guy you are now. And, you know, for us, it gives more people to say that, you know, that you might be more of a red flag. And now we see Joy Taylor doing this a little bit more with all her podcasts and now on a different podcast and everything. Now a lot of people is like, young people feel like they got a chance, especially you're 25, oh, I can get this and everything. Or there's a lot of men that's like, you know what? She's speaking too much now. No, I don't want to mess with that and everything. And we're gonna see a lot more women, you know, as the generation goes, we're gonna see a lot more women talk about this every day. And, you know, especially if they single up with age and everything. And you're gonna see a lot more of these women talk about I want a younger man. And then we're gonna see a little bit of a dynamic change of how well, we kind of seen it now right now, how women that are in the 35 for up, they want younger men. And also we see women in their 20s, they want older men. And we're definitely seeing that right now, and we're gonna see a lot more in the future when it comes to these relationship conversations.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Mr. Darlaw that's in the building. He said Ronnie's on his red pill today. Gained 1,000 points. No, I'm not on my red pill today. I'm just getting tired of these relationship topics. It's over and over and over again. It's no solution. Because you know the reason why there's no solution? They don't want people to get married. They don't want traditional family anymore. They want us to be divided because they gain more. You know the economy gain more while you single because you know why you're gonna go on more dates. I mean more restaurants. More. Come on. Do I have to go in my bag for that one? I'm not even gonna go in my bag. Shout out to Mr. Cartel, who's also in the building as well. He's also getting tired of these conversations. And shout out to the lovely Jalen. Jalen? Is in the building.
Out to Jalen.
Yeah, hey, now that one. Shout out to Joe already say, Brother Jay, I enjoyed that feeling. And share it and go really quickly. Oh, you talking about the father? You talking about your
Yeah,
yeah, you talking about fatherhood. Trust me, Joe. Trust me, more kids are coming. More kids are coming. More kids are coming. Moving on to other trending news. Jordan, what's going on with Mr. Sheridan? Is he all right?
You say who? I'm sorry.
That's so Raven, the father, man.
Yes. I'm sorry. You blurred out for me over here. I don't know. It's
yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
So that's what Ravens actor Rondell Sheridan. He went on live because he's hospitalized because he has a very, very real ill, and you know he needs help paying his medical. And it's sad to see someone like that you saw when you was little. That's the Raven. Also on Cousin Skeeter, he's going to the situation. So go ahead, King, play the clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
It's Rondell Sheridan here. On April the 10th, I was on the road and got sick. Went to the hospital and they thought it was gastric. I got home on the 12th, immediately went to the hospital at Northridge and was told it's pancreatitis. Tons of tests. I was in the hospital for 9 days. I got released and I thought I was on the road to recovery. But it was just for observation. My pancreas is inflamed and there's not much you can do about it but just wait for the inflammation to go down. I didn't realize that I was going to be and will be out of work for quite some time. I'm setting up this GoFundMe. Hey, friends, it's Rondell.
I can't. He's in bad shape.
Yeah, he's in bad shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't why you had to say it like that, man. But
No, he is. Bad shape. He is, and we need to help that boy. We need to help that boy.
It's not a laughing matter, man.
We need to help him. No, listen. Like he stayed out the spotlight. He don't run his mouth. There's no scandals about him. He's been very, very respectful. Like I'm sad. I don't even know why he's on the internet. Where's that So Raven?
Nobody. He needs help. Financial obligation.
Listen,
Because remember, keeping in mind, a lot of these actors, even though they have a high peak, some majority of them go broke.
No, you're right. And this is a 20-year-old show, and I know them checks ain't coming. Just like that guy from the Cosby Show. He said them checks had stopped. But this is what I'm saying. The person who the boss, which is Raven, where you at, baby?
No, that was Disney.
No, listen.
Hey, Mr. Dollar, you can't get mad at me. I'm laughing because I Hakeem. Because Hakeem, he thinks that's a joking matter.
Listen. Forget Disney. I'm saying this. We raised $600,000 when they called the autistic boy. The lady called the autistic boy the N-word. Am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Yeah.
They raised $500,000 for that. $500,000. This boy here only asking for 35. They only got 18. I'm gonna go donate. Because I loved him as a father. But I also like that he kept his business offline. I never even seen him did anything.
Me either.
You know what I mean? And never seen him talk. He wasn't running his mouth. You could tell he's articulate. And don't get me wrong, nobody don't owe nobody nothing as a human being. And you want to help somebody. And it's just in our nature as our people. He's a part of our tribe. Let's go raise that money for that boy.
No, I agree with you. But he's in real bad shape.
Ooh, Jesus. That man barely could talk.
Yeah, you can tell like he's in pain.
That pancreatic stuff.
Hopefully he's not capping, but I think he's really in bad shape. I don't think it's a joke.
Yeah, and the thing is, you guys, you know how we talk about these actors, because remember was it 2 years back we talked about the actors strike and everything, and we really got detail about how most of these actors, you know, if you're not in the 1% of acting, you don't get paid like that, or producers, you don't get paid like that. And he's one of the actors that we might saw, you know, back in the day. That's a Raven or Cousin Skeeter that, you know, hey, you know, we know him, so he might make some money. And by the way, you know, they might don't have healthcare or money like that. So, and he was surprised, like, hey, you know, I know he's gonna be out of work for so long. You know, he thought, you know, taking care of himself and everything, but this situation happened, and he might be out for a couple months. So he said, hey, I don't have a couple months worth of money in my life savings, so I'm gonna need help, you know, for people by, you know, donating and everything, which I have no problem with that. You know, after, you know, we see how these actors don't get paid like that. You know, I have big hearts for that. So I'm with you, Hakeem. You know, after this, I'm definitely going to donate some money to help them out.
No, but Jalen said some of these actors are on the 1099 contract workers. Pretty much, people tend to forget that, which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true. But however, some of them are still getting royalty based on the the I forgot what they call reprogramming, when they keep showing the reruns.
If it gets syndicated,
he's supposed to be getting the check.
Yeah.
And also, you don't even know if he's bad with money. That's another thing too, as well.
But the thing is, like, if you don't have a big show, like Friends, you know, you won't get big money for that. But
no, that's what Raven's a big show.
Yeah, but you know, but
Disney?
like I said, but like, yeah, that's true. But you know, it depends on how the residual check. Like I said, remember, the residual checks might have been, you know, they probably get paid now, but also when it comes to the economy too, the economy is way different 10 to 15 years ago. So the check that they see now is probably not the same how it was 10 to 15 years ago.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody who's watching us all across the board. We really do really appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Shiesty Ashton Williams, the creator of Shiesty Adventures. It's also in the building, guys. He has a dating show this coming Saturday at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It's called Curve or Cuff. Go check it out. Go ahead and support the brother. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And hopefully you guys enjoy this show, because it is a dating show. That's going to be very, very dope. Something totally, totally different. Moving along to other trending news before we head up and out of here. Wait, Kanye West walked out out of the interview, Jordan?
Yeah, so I said this before. Kanye West, once a week, we're going to talk about something about him going viral for something. So we're going to talk about him going on the Piers Morgan show, getting an interview, and he didn't like what Piers Morgan was saying, then he stormed out of there. So go ahead, I can't play the clip after that, but chop it up.
watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait. Now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, don't help them out. You know they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, dude trying to sub. I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just like that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With respect, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
Watch that. It's not done yet. Watch it.
No, yeah.
Oh gosh.
Listen, it was more to it. He started to go after Sneeko.
Yeah. And now about that, he don't like Sneeko.
For some reason.
That's what I'm saying. I thought he don't even like Sneeko, and you right next to him. And now that Morgan also had Myron Gay on his show as well. Morgan, I don't know what he's doing when it comes to aspect of his content.
He's trying to get
viral. Before he used to do like really good interviews. Now it seems like he's going to the ratchet side of things now.
To get more viral.
Well, he is. Well, he always been going viral, Morgan, for a very long time. But anyway, when it comes to aspects of Kanye West, we already told you he does it. I told you he does things to go viral. That's the whole purpose. He understands the media and he understands how the algorithm works. He knows if he does something crazy, we're gonna report it. We're gonna talk about what we're doing right now, and it's gonna bring him more followers. Right now, he was at 32 million. Now he at 33 million. He's not stopping. He's gonna continue to go viral. He's gonna continue to go viral, and at the end of the day, he's gonna drop an album, and people gonna listen to it. Go right ahead, Ike.
This is a Morgan. This is Piers Morgan playbook. He likes to go viral. He was very condescending, and he was very dismissive, in some way assaulting in that. And I could see where Kanye was coming from because there was just a snorky conversation in the beginning, and if a lot of people who watch the old videos in them, they did have a back and forth. So Morgan brought him on there to sun him on public television because I seen the whole video in its whole entirety. He started bringing up the anti-Semitic stuff and stuff like that. So there was already tension brewing before that. So I felt like Kanye did the right thing, but Kanye was on his high horse situation again.
Yeah, I agree with you with that, Hakeem. Piers Morgan know what he was doing. When it comes to Kanye West, he's going to try to push the buttons to, and also ask him some questions to really, maybe try to irritate Kanye West, which I kind of figured Kanye would understand too, maybe how Piers Morgan did, how Piers Morgan's going to ask some type of questions, but I guess Kanye felt like Kanye's. Piers Morgan is like, okay, he's gonna let me be what I want to be, but unfortunately, it didn't go that way. And so, Kanye, you can't let him be Kanye. Then he ain't gonna mess with you. He gonna walk out. That's how Kanye is. And I'm gonna say this once. I said this once. I'm gonna say it again and again. This is not the first time we're gonna see Kanye West on somebody else's interview. We probably will have something either tomorrow or maybe next week with Kanye West. Period.
No, but it's funny because he said you don't like Sneeko and him being right next to Sneeko. That didn't make any sense. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Guys, also make sure you subscribe to Mr. Dollar channel, Kawafi. He have a great commentary when it comes to aspect of P. Diddy and the Bad Boys record. Last topic on today's show.
Oh, hold on. Ash to say Prince, Cuban said she's ready to see me in Antonio. How can I go to a place where somebody disrespected me? I never said nothing. No, let's put this out there. I've never said nothing wrong to her. I never disrespected her. I never say anything. I'm not going to go nowhere near her. She's already said a bunch of weird stuff behind my back. She's already did all that stuff. I don't want no problems. I'm not doing anything. I leave her alone. I didn't say nothing about her. I would have came if she didn't disrespected me. I'm a gentleman, a savant.
Moving along. So Shadell Sanders fans slapped the NFL
Hold on, Ronnie. You forgot about the main topic. We get to the main topic yet. The Smokey Robinson one?
Yeah, Smokey Robinson. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Okay. So if you guys didn't know, Smokey Robinson, he was been accused by his ex-employees for assault for $50 million from yesterday, and this is going down for the past 10 years of Smokey abusing the ex-employees and also saying that the wife knew about it and she didn't do anything about it either. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip. After that, we chop it up.
Oh yeah, I did forget about something.
In California. In a lawsuit filed today against Smokey Robinson, the women who used to work for him say he sexually assaulted them and created a hostile work environment, among other things. Robinson's wife is also named in the lawsuit. It details multiple allegations, some as recent as last year. One employee says Robinson sexually assaulted her at least 23 times. 3 of the women say they didn't want to report it to police, in part because they were afraid of risking the possible adverse effect on their immigration statuses, according to the suit. Another says Robinson's, quote, brutal sexual advances were constant and even predictable while she worked for him. His accusers are seeking at least $50 million. NBC News has reached out to Robinson's reps for comment. No word back yet. Camila Bernal is joining us now. And obviously, Camila, this is a late-breaking situation. What else do we know? What else are we learning?
Hallie, these are some serious allegations, and the attorneys just now calling Smokey Robinson a serial rapist that needs to be stopped. So again, we have not heard from Smokey Robinson, but these allegations include sexual assault, battery, false imprisonment, you name it. I mean, here is what they're saying. They're saying that these allegations happened repeatedly. You mentioned one of the women saying it happened at least 23 times. The attorneys and the lawsuit saying that you could see a pattern in these allegations. All of them were either housekeepers or house staff, and some of them even working together at the same time. The oldest of these cases going back to 2006, employment in that year, and you mentioned the latest happening just last year. These women saying that they were forced to resign because of the repeated sexual assault that they went through. And you mentioned some of them saying that they were worried about their immigration status. Their attorneys also saying they were worried because they lived paycheck to paycheck. They needed that money and were afraid of losing their livelihoods. They were also afraid, essentially, of the status and the influence that Smokey Robinson had, and were afraid of essentially speaking out. Some of these things, obviously not something I can detail on TV, but some serious allegations, Hallie.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
$50 million must be a magic number to these women. Because
they see that what they can get.
$50 million, because Shannon's his ex girl he's messing with $50 million. Why $50 million is such a magic number? I do not know. But go ahead, Roddy, man. What's your take?
I want to say these celebrities, after they win these cases, they have to counter sue. Because if you let something go unhinged without a slap on the wrist, people gonna feel like, okay, I'm gonna continue to do it, and that's the problem we're having. I knew since the situation with the P. Diddy case occurred with Cassidy, that was gonna happen. More of these celebrities, black man, is gonna be targeted. As you can see, Shannon Sharp, 50 million. Now Smokey Robinson, who is an 86-year-old man, $50 million. Like, If these people don't wake up and see what's going on here, we will never will. Now, according to some sources, they are saying that he literally would ask them to go ahead and give him a BJ doing some of these encounterments. We don't know how true that is. This is what is alleged saying, and some of these sources are saying that he would tell his assistant, all his employees. But Hakeem, your thoughts on this very quickly. Go right ahead.
Oh my God, man. The man is 86. Can he even get it up?
It's annoying. Go ahead.
Listen, the man is 83, man. This stuff starting to get crazy, man. This is why I don't even want to be around women no more. I'm scared to even be around women no more. Just you looking at them is sexual harassment. If I say hello, sexual harassment. If I pass him some hot Cheetos, sexual harassment.
It's like back in the day when you look at a white woman. Remember, like looking at a white woman.
Yeah.
That's what it's becoming like.
Sexual harassment. What do we do now?
I'll tell you what you do, Hakeem. If you're older men in their 40s, because it looks like they're these young women, they're attacking these women in their 40s. Get married.
Yeah.
Stay away. Stay away from these women. Protect yourself, because we're seeing a curly thing right now. We seeing these women. If you got some money, celebrities, you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. You might be 100. You might be 100 years old. Whatever. They're going to attack you. Luckily, Prince and Michael, they not. God bless their souls, and I'm glad they're not here to be in this type of BS.
Oh,
they would attack Michael and Prince. Oh boy, all hell would have broke loose.
Hey, no, this not hot Cheetos. This Carolina style barbecue flavor. My apologies. But here's the thing though. Here's the thing for me. Like as we grow, for me right now, if I want to meet up with a girl, I gotta have my sister come on a date with me, and we have to sit in between the girls so I can protect myself. You know what I mean? If I'm going to do business, I'm going to have a woman manager. If she wants to say something to me directly, she's going to have to talk to the girl. Hey, whatchamacallit? And we could be in front of each other. Whatchamacallit want to say something to you? Tell her, not now. He said, not now. So it won't be sexual harassment, or she think I'm blowing my breath on her.
And now that when it comes to aspect, it was a video that went viral. It was some NBA players had a group of white women coming out of the car. And I'm like, what do you got? They were going to some event. See, Jordan know what I'm talking about. They were going to some event, and they like NBA players.
Basketball player Troy Murphy for New Orleans Pelicans, and it was a defensive end Cameron Jordan for the New Orleans.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. You gotta avoid yourself from being involved in these type of allegations. And guess what? If one of them come and say he touched me, your career is done.
That's it. It's over.
But moving on. But I was like, but the thing with Smokey Robinson got me upset because like, come on, everybody know he's a legendary guy. He did so many records with a lot of legendary periods, especially when it comes to the aspect of Temptation. The list goes on, and Michael Jackson. The list goes on and on and on. They're trying to tarnish these guys' career, and it's getting sickening. It's pissing me off. Like, come on, 86-year-old man. Moving on. Final topic on today's show. Wait, Shadir Sanders, Jordan fans are suing the NFL.
Yeah, so one of Shador Sanders' biggest fans is slapping the NFL with a $100 million lawsuit over a draft slide claims it was racially discriminated. So this fan was so upset that he's gonna $100 million lawsuit because he was upset they fall to the fifth round. But I want to add this too. So Hakeem, I probably have an idea what the fans was thinking. So I have a clip from Dr. Umar how he was talking about how they treated Shador Sanders. So go ahead, Hakeem, play this clip, and after that we'll chop it up.
I believe that all 32 NFL team owners and NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell, I believe they all came together in a KK Ku Klux Klan type of clandestine meeting, and they decided that they were going to embarrass, humiliate, and sabotage both Deion Sanders and his son, Shedeur Sanders, on draft day. Everybody who is anybody, Art, in the world of sports, whether you are amateur, novice, professional, expert, everyone had Shedeur Sanders being picked in the top 10. Nobody had him sliding out of the top 25. Nobody, anywhere, anyhow, had Shedeur Sanders out of the top 25. Most had him in the 10. Some people, like myself, had him in the top 3. Some had him as number 1. Because as you know, the quarterback position is one of the toughest positions to fill on any football team, let alone NFL. Shedeur Sanders was my favorite college football player for the past couple of years.
He is a gambler, but that's what it seemed like
He's
to me.
probably going to be my second favorite football player behind Jalen Hurts. Shedeur Sanders was the only quarterback to complete.
If the fan thought like Dr. Umar, and that's why he sued the NFL with $100 million. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
I don't think it had anything to do with racial discrimination because the number 1 pick was a black person.
Correct.
That's why that makes no sense. How is racial discrimination when the number 1 pick was Cam Ward, a black person from Miami University? It's just people are upset because of the aspect of that he didn't get picked. Now I have my own speculation when it comes to NFL, the draft. I told you guys, I think they did it for the ratings. Because they had everybody tune in because it was the most talked about thing, most talked about show at that time. It was everybody was tuning in. Okay, who should Sanders going to get? Who should Sanders going to get? And that doesn't mean. And people fail to realize Tom Brady was picked overall 199. He was the last. He was a 6th round pick, and he became the GOAT. It doesn't matter when you get picked. I think people are overly emotionally involved when it comes to the NFL draft. To me, I think they did it for the ratings. However, they already knew where Shedeur Sanders was going to go because of the fact. Go right ahead, Ikeem. This is not no.
Well, I'm agreeing with you. I didn't know what Umar was even talking about. That shit just
go viral.
That sounded like a bunch of fluff. All that, like the NFL is 90% black.
It is
90% black. These guys get millions and millions of dollars in contracts. You know what I mean? So like you said, the number 1 draft pick was, if anybody should be saying racial discrimination, is white folks. Not a lot of them get drafted. What about the Hispanic folks? If we want to be racial, like stop drafting black people. Let's draft some white boys. You know what I mean? But when we look at this, people were saying like, I listened to actual commentators who said this, and there was other issues they had with him. Shedeur Sanders seemed to be that he would not listen. His daddy was into control. They didn't want that type of stuff in their locker room. You know what I mean? And that's his arm strength was even questioned. So there was so many things that they had. So what Umar talking about, he need to worry about opening that school up.
And the thing is, I got one point for you guys too. Almost half the league of NFL quarterbacks is black.
Thank you, Killer Swag. Fact. And Jordan. Facts.
Enough said. That's
enough said.
And almost half the league of quarterbacks is black, so there's no problem with that. So, with the fan saying that racial discriminative, I don't know why.
That's weird.
The world he would think something like that, knowing that almost half the league in NFL is quarterbacks. But when it comes to Shedeur Sanders, he's going to get his chance, and I believe in his skills, and I believe about it. In NFL season, probably in the middle of the season, that he's going to be a starting
I
quarterback.
agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
So
they're going to put him in.
Yeah, like I said, even though like Shedeur fell to the 5th round, he's going to use it as motivation, and he's going to win. To me, eventually, he's going to win a starting spot of the Cleveland Browns. So all my support goes to Shedeur Sanders. I'm going to be rooting for him. And if he does get a starting spot, I might get a jersey. I might get a Cleveland Brown jersey.
Yeah, I think he's going to start in the preseason. In the preseason, everybody going to tune in. The Browns are going to have the most rated show because everybody going to be like, let me see what Shedeur Sanders going to do. And he's going to fumble. He's going to mess up because he's a rookie. He's going to fumble, mess up. He's going to be nervous and realize the NFL is nothing to play with. You got guys that's older than you, been in the game a very long time, that got that strong power that's going to come in. They're going to come in hard because remember, he's going there as a quarterback. He's not going there as a wide receiver. So he's going to be dealing with a lot of challenges. But because people are babying him, and I make it realize this man is his own man, his own entity, and he should have like Tom Brady, who is hit him up on the ground and texting him, should have him mentor him and coach him and show him what to do if you want to become great in this game, because the NFL ain't nothing to play with. Look what happened to RJ. What is it? RJ the third. Like all these people that been there, and they thought they were going to end up with a Super Bowl, and they didn't. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everyone that's watching us all across the board. We do really appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Killer Swag. He said, Dr. Umar, school is going to open when I'm in my 50s. I told her because I'm currently in my 30s. And Killer Swag, I was dying when I don't know why I keep me highlighting stuff when we're about to hit the show. Shout out to the lovely Judge J that's also in the building. Thank you so much, Judge J, for putting people's link in the chat. Also put on Mr. Darlow link in the chat as well so people can go and subscribe to his channel. He has a dope commentary. Over 200,000 views on the P. Diddy and the Bad Boys record take he did, which was a really, really dope take. So, guys, y'all need to go and check it out. Shout out to Mr. Cartel. That's also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Jalen. That's also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryan. That was also in the building. Thank you so much, Bobby, for being here. Shout out to Joe No Hurt Him. Blessed be upon you. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. Shout out to the lovely Know Your Worth. Also in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to Mr. Y High, who's also in the building. And guys, make sure y'all go and subscribe to Ashton, the creator of Shiesty Avenger. Remember, he have a show this coming Saturday. Hakeem, a dating show. Cuff or curve, Hakeem. So if you get curved, I mean you can get selected.
Yeah.
That means you're going on a date, big dog. It's at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern
When
Time.
is it?
This Saturday.
Oh, that'll be good. I'll be watching. I'll be watching. You know me from my phone.
It's cuff. I can't cuff. Or get curved, man.
That is true. You know, I don't fit the standards over there.
Shout out to the over 50 people watching us right now all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. Shout out to Akashi right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Cuban Goddess watching us on Instagram.
Who watching?
Cupid.
Oh.
And shout out to the Kelly Courtney Show. Thank you so much for tuning in on Instagram as well. Shout out to those watching us on X, Twitch, Rumble, X, all you guys. Kick. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. There you go, guys. There's a link. Guys, make sure you go, subscribe.
Support him.
There this Saturday, 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It's going to be a really, really dope.
I'll be watching Sipping Tea on my phone.
Look, even as it said, it's going to be new women on the panel, Hakeem. Go, have some fun.
Listen, Ashton, I still have trauma. I have, you know what I mean? I have PTSD. I don't feel safe.
Now you're that, guys. It's very important. Go to KL Culture Radio description. In the description where you can find the KL Culture Radio store, where we have the KL Culture Radio hat, coffee mug, the t-shirt, you name it. Everything you need is in the KL Culture Radio store, where you see the lovely coffee mug Jordan drinking out of right now. Go and check it out. Now you're that, guys. Make sure you go to KL Culture Radio community tab, in the community tab where you can find important information when it comes to the aspect of capsules and souls. We're not able to make it, or we push the show back. And also, when it comes to Prince Hakeem book, Raising Kings, out now. So, guys, go ahead and get your copy. And also, Prince Hakeem, you already know, album is out now, too, as well. And also, his singles just dropped, guys. He did a short. Guys, go check it out. It is on the KL Culture Radio page. Go check it out. Small short. The music video is going to drop this week, Hakeem.
This week.
The music video dropped this week, but it's a snippet of the music video. So, guys, go check it out. It's only a minute long. It's just short. Go check it out. That's Hakeem. And he is in the hood in Miami.
I mean, listen. I'm in the trenches where people can't go. I'm in the trenches where people can't go. And the
corner store, I know exactly where that corner store is at. He's in the hood in Miami where he went and shot the music video. So, guys, go and check it out. It's really, really dope. really, really dope. And also the book as well, Raising King, very, very good read, very short, straight to the point.
Straight
You
to the
guys will
point.
love it. And also Prince Hakeem, other book, Black Love. So
Love.
those guys, go check it out. Everything you need is in the Care Culture Radio Community tab. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in on this lovely Wednesday evening. We'll see you guys tomorrow.